Everybody, this is diabetes part 2. When I was real young, my mama said, "Come on, boy, let's go to the store." The doctor told me to eat all the junk I want and all the food I can eat until I come back to the doctor to get tested. I said, "Yeah." And I said to myself, "Sham, I need to see that doctor." Yeah, I was beginning to like doctor for the first time in my life. So we got a bunch of snacks, me and my mama. She went to her cousin, Doc Banner, who was the best baker in the world to us. And she got a German chocolate cake, and my mama ate that whole cake by herself that weekend, right? Then the next week, she was shooting needles, right? I'm still 12-year old, clueless to what was going on, you know, because I remembered for everything with aloe water. We cut out the aloe, put it in a big old pickle jug, and we drank it. Everybody in the family. When we were doing that, nobody got sick. Never. When we moved and we had no more aloe, that way everybody really wasn't getting sick, except for my mama got diabetes. But we had to stop drinking aloe then when she got that diabetes. But anyway, over the years, I heard other black people say, "Well, the doctor told me I can eat all I can eat before I take my A1C test. Told me to take a week and eat everything I can eat so we can get a true reading." And I still ain't know what they were talking about. But then, the next week, they be shooting needles. They understood. So now we come over in the 2000s. We out of the 80s and the 90s. We in the 2000s. They got computers. And I got a science degree, so I be researching everything and every step of it, right? So, a couple of times they asked me to take a A1C test in a back back in the 80s and 90s, for a regular checkup and all that. And they always gave me 90 days. So I'm hooked on this 90-day thing, right? With the A1C. And all throughout to the very day, black people come. The doctor told me to eat all I can eat before I come back to him again. He told me to eat cake, ice cream, all I want. That don't sound right to me. Never did. But then I researched it. I couldn't find nothing on that. And I remember a Hispanic guy on my job in 2015. He was dizzy a lot, staggering. My boss man said, "Man, you need to talk to him, man." He said, "I think he got sugar. He keep pissing." So every time we look at him out there, he pissing, right? So I thought nothing of it. I say, "Man, what's going on?" He said, "I don't know, David. I just dizzy." I said, "But they also say you pissing, man." I say, "You need to check your sugar." He said, "What they?" And I translate it. I can type in English and it come out in Spanish and gave it to him. Say, "Take it to your wife." Cause I don't think he can read English or goddamn Spanish, right? So he took it to his wife and he said, my wife made me an appointment, right? And that was a Friday. He said, "I go to my appointment now, Davey." He come back Tuesday. And he was showing everybody his little pill, you know. I said, what the meal? He said, oh, I had the vertigo. And then I got the thing you were right, David. The thing you wrote by checking the sugar. You were right, that got sugar. They gave me some more PLT there. And it had metformin. And then he say, he take a shot once a day. So his wife gave him a shot once a day. I think he said that. Now, I might have a mix up with somebody else. But anyway, I went and got one of the Spanish guys what we call Donkey. And the reason we call him Donkey, and it's kind of funny. One day I brought some ghost pepper on the job, right? I like to grow things, you know. And 4 Mexicans had a challenge to see who can eat the ghost pepper. Now I told them the pepper was hot, but you know they used the chili pepper and jalapeno. But they were Jamaican, some kind of Jamaican ghost pepper I planted. They all bite it. They go to their knees. Gasping for air. Duncan was like this. This is how Duncan was. Oh man. Something is wrong. Seriously wrong with you guys. Chim shit ain't even hot. And while they were on the ground, Duncan was eating that pepper. Oh boy, it tastes like the candy, boy. And one of the Mexican like women say, he no human man, he's a donkey. He's a donkey, and say he's a donkey. He no you're human. And then the other one named Tio say, oh man, this guy ain't human, man. They got the donkey, man. They got a donkey. He's a donkey. He no human. Donkey feel no pain. Donkey feel no pain. And Donkey ate all the pepper. And I mean, hey boy, do you got the more of that candy? And I hold out the sandwich bag and Donkey reach in and got a couple of more and put them out. And I was working with Donkey as a lunch. Cause I thought Donkey was just trying to be brave in front of everybody. I said, man, you want to go to the water? I went to the water. Donkey wouldn't drink no water. Donkey said, man, that candy, man. Some boys, they weak. They no even mythic, man. So that's why we call him Donkey. And he was real smart too. But anyway, we explained to the Spanish dude about the 90 days. They should have gave him 90 days and blah, blah, blah. You know, people don't like you when you're smart. He just looking at me laughing. Because he's trying to figure out why does he think he know more than the doctor. So then my boss come talk with him. The Italian dude come talk with him. And they all told him the same thing. They supposed to give you 90 days to see what'll happen if you quit eating sugar and carbs. Say you just got Gambusa. And he just looking at Smiley. No, he ain't, no. But now he's a black guy. And my boss said, hey, you need to talk to Ted. I said, man, Ted pissing everywhere. All over the golf course. He don't care how many people's around. So Ted come in for our break. And I say, Ted, what's going on? They say, boy, you pissing a storm. He said, yeah, David, what that is, man? I said, you probably got diabetes. He said, that's my wife said. She made me an appointment. I'm supposed to go next week. Then he opened up his lump box. It was full of Gatorade. I said, oh, wait a minute. You probably don't have to go to the doctor. Just quit drinking that. He opened up the bottle and looked at me. And my boss said, why they don't do what you say? They know you smart. I said, oh no, but President Clinton told me when you smart, whatever you tell people, they do the opposite, but behind your back, they'll do what you said do. Oh, but man, that's weird. You just told him he quit drinking Gatorade. He probably ain't got to go to the doctor, and he chug it up right in front of you. Asked you, did you want one? Right? So the dude went to the doctor the next week. Then he come back with water. A 6-pack of water. He said, here can these pills they gave me, they gave me these metformin. So they say they should take care of it. Right? I explained to him, but they should have gave him 90 days to do a lifetime change. He said, oh, they gave me 2 weeks, David. They gave me 2 weeks. I said, no, that don't do it, dog. I said, they got to give you 90 days, bro. You can't change the A1C in 2 weeks. The next thing we know, every day he working around the bathroom. Every day, all day for 8 hours. We got small bathroom. But he on the track to cutting grass. And around all the bathroom, it looked like a championship golf course because he just cut around the bathroom. 8 hours a day. 5 days a week. So we call him in the office. Hey man, why you just cut around the bathroom? We noticed that 8 hours a day. Man, they gave me the metformin, man, and you got to keep going to the bathroom, man. They give me metformin. And I studied metformin and say, tell your doctor to give you more pills. You know they won't give you pills if you blight, even if you tell them you got diarrhea. Because I told my doctor, hey man, the metformin give me diarrhea. And I've been on them for like 3 years. He never would change them. I had to go to another doctor. Matter of fact, I went to the hospital. And the hospital don't give you diabetes pills. They give you shots. So I asked the doctor, hey, can you take me off them metformin and anything else? And she gave me some great pills. I love them. You have no side effect, no nothing. So, but I'm telling this to y'all, for when y'all go to doctor for the first time for diabetes, if they don't give you 90 days to do a lifetime change, you finna get gamboozled. Either stand up to them and say, hey man, give me 90 days to see can I correct this. If they don't accept it, get up and walk out. Get up and walk out. I hope this helps people in the future. Thank you and God bless.